Wordle, the game that took the internet by storm in early 2022. The last time a small but fascinating internet trend was probably all the way back in 2014 with 2048 or Flappy Bird in 2013. And I choose to ignore all those .io games because they don't have the same single page, one-person developer vibes. Anyways, back to Wordle. If you've been living under a rock for the past 2 months, Wordle is a web-based game created by Josh Wardle. Yeah, the name of the game is a portmanteau of his last name and the word word. Players have 6 attempts to guess a 5-letter word, with each guess providing info on which letters are correctly placed, misplaced, or just plain incorrect. The mechanics of the game are very similar to games like Jotto, Lingo, and Masterbind. What allowed the game to take the internet by storm in 2022 is its share feature, which allows you to share your guesses through different colored square emojis, for example on Twitter. Genius! Josh Wardle, if you don't know, is a brilliant software developer who has not only worked on Wordle, but also The Button, as well as r/place on Reddit. In January, the New York Times announced that they were acquiring Wordle for, and to quote, an undisclosed price in a low 7 figures. 7 figures, that's $1 million minimum. And in February 15th, the New York Times modified the word solutions list to remove words that are sensitive or may potentially be offensive, which caused some accusations about them making the solutions tougher. Fast forward to today, and ignoring all the fake and unofficial Wordle clones on the Play and App stores, developers have taken up the challenge to come up with their own versions with their own themes and even unique takes on the game. So, here are 12 alternatives to the original Wordle, including multiplayer Wordle, as well as a fun extra word-related puzzle also inspired by Wordle, which you can find all of those down in the description alongside the video chapters. First up is Byrdle, and most possibly the most similar in terms of variation, as the way you play it is no different than Wordle. The only difference is that the words are themed to choral music and history. That's everything choral for all you choir nerds. No, not choral. Though we should try to save the turtles nonetheless. Next up, in a similar vein to thematic versions of Wordle, there's also Numble for the math nerds in the world. This could include historic figures, math functions, formulas, and all of the above concerning math. This one is bound to give you a good challenge. And in the same realm of math, Nerdle asks you to do math questions while playing the game. How crazy is that? In order to get a proper guess, your math equation must be correct. And as a bonus, if the normal version is too hard, they do provide an easier mini mode. Next, and this one's probably the shortest and most simplest, is Letterle. Letterle is the most simplest out of the entire list and is one of the 2 without a daily challenge. Its goal is clear: guess the letter. You've only got 26, how hard can it be? And after Letterle is Squirtle. Squirtle is for all you Pokemon fans out there who want to test your Pokemon knowledge, including height, generation, typing, and weight. Truly good luck with this one. I can only get the first 3 generations and maybe a little bit of Gen 8 with the newest game. If you've asked yourself why 5-letter words for Wordle, well, I don't have an answer to that question, but Hello Wordle allows you to play Wordle 8 different times every day with words ranging from 4 to 11 letters long. From playing the longer letter words, you would be surprised about how many 11-letter words you actually know. Now, before we continue, please let me know what you thought of these Wordle variations. The point of these games for most of the developers here isn't money, but to just have another project under the belt while also undertaking a fun programming challenge. Question for you guys is if you guys know any other Wordle variations or alternatives that I just didn't list in this video. Please let me know down in the comments, and also while you're down there, if you're interested in videos that may potentially be like this, please subscribe and leave a like so I know. All right, moving on. Absurdle is the computer nemesis in Wordle you wish you never had. Absurdle will actively work against you in figuring out the word. It will still provide proper clues such as the location and correct guesses, but the word itself will change based on your guesses. Because of this, there is also no daily challenge for this one, but it does contain extra modes such as attempting to corner the computer into picking a certain word. Also, you can undo in this version of Wordle, or in Absurdle. Yeah, It's fun. How about playing 4 Wordle games at once because one is simply too easy? Well, I would like to introduce you Quordle. The rules are the exact same, except you need to guess all 4 words within the same guesses. Now, I would also like to take a quick moment to thank and give credit to all of the developers who have taken their time to come up and develop their own versions of Wordle, as well as Josh Wardle for bringing this to the Worldle. Worldle is a variation that gives you the silhouette of a country or region, with each guess providing a distance and direction of how far away your guess is. Don't forget that this may include tiny little islands that you just haven't thought about in many years. And now with 3 left on the list, our third to last is Semantle. Semantle takes a different approach and provides the player with a score depending on how closely related the definition is to the day's solution. This one's a headache for sure, but it utilizes word2vec, which is in essence an algorithm slash dataset slash neural network based on how it's used to determine the similarity between words created by researchers at Google. Additionally, you can also play Semantle at the moment with other people online at twitch.tv/interactive. Sidewords requires you to still figure out words, but based on the provided letters. The least amount of words is the goal, and each letter combination you use is used to create a box on a grid, which then invalidates those letter pairs from being used again. Now, this is the one that is least like Wordle, but the creator of it explained that Wordle did inspire him to create Sidewords. And last but not least, which I have saved for because I think this is one of my favorite variations out there, is, well, if you've ever wanted to get into competitive Wordle, well, now you can. This is Wordle, but as a battle royale. Created by Automated, a 19-year-old developer of Among Us proximity chat fame, as well as many incredible creations, Squabble allows you to compete against other players with your own health bar. The more words you guess, the more damage you do to other players. And side note, Squabble is not compatible with mobile, but Auto does plan on implementing that and many more features. Alright, well, that is it for my 12 alternatives to Wordle. Again, huge credits to all of these developers of these variations, as well as Josh Wardle. Thank you all so much for giving us a fun, nerdy, and competitive time. And don't forget, please like, subscribe, and comment, of course. And I'll see you guys in the next video. I would love to know if you know of any other Wordle